guys, I hope you're doing well. I feel a little edgy today. Like with my choker and my black t-shirt, I feel a little edgy. I wasn't sure what I wanted to film today, but then I remembered I had asked you guys to ask me questions. Things were just super crazy during October, November, and December that I finally have the time to sit down and answer your questions. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribed. And if you are subscribed to my channel, I'd love it if you clicked the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. I just like to recommend to do that just so you never miss a video, because it really bothers me when I get comments saying, oh my god, I thought you stopped uploading. I have not stopped uploading. I am still here. So if you do want to be notified whenever I upload a new video, then just go ahead and click that little bell button. So a few weeks ago now, I asked you, actually it's probably more like months, a few months ago, I asked you guys to, well, I can tell you the date. Okay, it's not that long ago. I thought it was in October, but it's December. So I asked you guys to ask me questions, random questions on Instagram, and I haven't read these questions in so long, so it's gonna be a surprise to me as well. First question is about my hair, and I will be doing my hair video very soon. I actually have a hair appointment to kind of change up my hair. Well, not really change it up, but just kind of touch it up, and it's with a new hair colorist. If you have found a good colorist, you know how scary it is to have to go find another new colorist, but I have my fingers crossed for this new person I'm gonna go see. I don't know if you would consider my hair blonde. What would you guys consider me, a blonde or a brunette? I feel like I'm like both, cause like, I don't know, my hair has grown a lot. My hair grows like a weed, so I do want to get it touched up. I really can't see myself changing my hair color anytime soon. I feel like this hair color just suits me. My sister, if you guys don't know her, she has like long, dark brown hair, and I just think this color is more me. Whenever I look at my sister, I'm like, oh my god, her hair is so pretty. But for me, I just feel like I really found and came into myself when I got this hair color, and I can't see myself changing it anytime soon. Yes, my hair routine is gonna be coming soon. As you guys know, my hair grew significantly, like over the course of maybe a year or two, and I didn't even realize it. Whenever I'd go to the hair salon, I would still say, oh, I have such fine, like thin hair, and they'd look at me like I was crazy. But it wasn't until I looked at my old videos that I realized, oh my god, your hair basically quadrupled, and I didn't even notice. So I will be doing my hair routine very soon, I promise. The next question is my favorite and least favorite thing about living on my own. So if you're new to my channel, I moved out in October. I moved into my first apartment, and that's where I am right now. I love living on my own. I've always been a really independent person. If my parents were still living in their house, which is really, really big, I wouldn't have moved out. It wasn't like I just randomly decided to up and move out. I never felt like I needed to move out. I thought it was smarter for me to live with my parents and save money and build up, you know, my savings. Then my parents decided to sell the house and move because our house was really big. My mom has really bad arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, and it was really hard for her to clean the whole house, and plus the only bedrooms we were using was our bedrooms and the kitchen. I mean, I rarely watched TV. We never went into the basement. We never ate in the formal dining room. We did use the office because of coffee and couture, and like we used our bedrooms, but there was so much wasted space in that house, and especially with my mom's condition, it was really hard for her to clean. And my mom is like the type of person who wants to clean herself and garden herself. If she could mow the lawn, we had a huge lawn, she would be mowing the lawn herself, but she likes to garden and do everything herself. But because of her condition, it just got way too much, and my dad works a lot. So they moved into a really nice condo, but I knew that I would feel suffocated there because it was so much smaller. My favorite thing about living on my own is having my space and creating like a little bit of an oasis for myself that's just really peaceful and really calm. I still go see my family all the time because the coffee and couture office is in the bedroom, well, the third bedroom of the condo. So there is a dedicated office for coffee and couture, so I'm still there all the time. I get to see Bentley, I get to see my family. Honestly, I feel like my relationship with everyone is just so much better. The least favorite thing about living on my own is laundry. I hate doing laundry. I love cleaning and doing putting stuff in the dishwasher. I really don't mind cleaning, but it's just laundry. And Tony's still spoiled. Like my mom still does her laundry, but when we lived at the old house, my mom would always do the laundry, and there's just so many steps. You have to put it in the wash, and then you have to put it in the dryer, and then you have to fold, and then you have to, it's just so many steps. And I hate doing laundry, so that's like my least favorite thing about living on my own. I never really get lonely. I know a lot of people ask me that. I never really get lonely. I'm the type of person where I like being alone, so I never feel lonely, which is good. What's your favorite YouTube video you've ever filmed? I don't know. I really like the videos that I've put out that have helped people. Like my stretch mark videos, well, my one stretch mark video that has really helped people. My social anxiety video. Those are like my videos where I feel like really reach and touch a lot of people. I really like those videos. The next person says, I watch a lot of lifestyle videos and ultimately always come back to yours because you are so real, human, and relatable. So I don't so much have a specific question as much as I do a request that you talk a bit about how you stay true to yourself on YouTube, how you balance wanting to get views with being true to what you stand for, and how you deal with pressure to act or be a certain way online. That's a really good question. When I started YouTube, and if you look at a lot of YouTubers, when they first started YouTube, everyone tried to fit a certain mold. It was kind of like the Juicy Star 07 mold where you were really hyper and really like not prude, but like really didn't talk about things, and you know, everyone tried to fit into that certain mold. And I think that's why so many people come out with videos and they're like, I don't know, like, you know those just like really dramatic videos where they're like, I didn't change, like I just grew up and like YouTube this and YouTube that. I think it's because YouTube was such a new thing back when we started. I've been on YouTube since 2008. You guys know I've taken like breaks and stuff, but I've been on YouTube for a while, and people really started coming out of their shell, like being themselves and more unique within the past couple of years, myself included. I went through a period where I didn't even want to upload on YouTube because I hated coming on YouTube and being like, oh, like, no, we're not going to talk about sex or drinking or anything. Once I started doing videos that I wanted to see, not only did I notice a growth in my channel and a growth in interaction, but I just found that spark for YouTube again. As I got older, I just decided, like, if I'm gonna be doing this and taking the time to do this, I wanna do videos that I would actually wanna watch. I share a lot of my life. Sometimes I wanna pull back. I just recently started putting my boyfriend Mike into more videos because for a while, I just didn't wanna deal with the comments about him. So I kind of, you know, deal with things as they come up and figure it out as I go. But for me, my YouTube channel, I like to think of it as just like a virtual best friend for you guys. I just want to upload videos that I would want to see and that I'm interested in and what I would want to talk with my friends about. So that's kind of how I think about my YouTube channel. In terms of sponsorships, I talked about sponsorships in my video, I think a vlog. I think sponsorships can be great if they're genuine. I know that a lot of people don't like sponsorships, but for me, if a company that I truly love wants to work with me, it would be a shame for me to turn it down, or it would just be like so stupid for me to turn it down. And then in terms of getting views, I mean, obviously people want to get views, but for me, what I think is even more important than getting views is creating a relationship with my viewers and creating a relationship that makes them want to come back to my channel, because you can have a one-hit wonder video, but how many people are actually going to stay, you know? That's kind of how I feel about views. So this is a Coffee and Couture related question, and Tony and I will be filming a Coffee and Couture Q&A very soon. Probably it'll be up around the time of our 1-year anniversary, which is coming up. But I get a lot of questions like this, and it's, do you and your sister make the bracelets and necklaces yourself? And yes, everything is made by Tony and I. We receive all our materials in their raw form, so you know, the stones are separate, the placers are separate, everything is separate, and then we assemble them. So everything is made by the two of us. Nothing just comes ready to us except for maybe the fur poofs that we used to sell. But everything is hand assembled by the two of us. So very hands-on. What is your biggest struggle when it comes to fitness and weight loss? What keeps you motivated to stick with it? My biggest struggle is food. I love food. I promise I will film that video about my struggles with food when I was younger, but I just spent so much of my life dieting and calorie counting and, you know, paying attention to all those things that now I'm just like, ugh, like I did that for so long and I'm so tired of being so, like, I was tired of being like obsessed with it. So I think my biggest struggle is food, because I love food, I love cooking, I love bad food, so that's my biggest struggle. Do you have any tattoos? If so, can you show them to us? If not, why? Thanks in advance. I do have tattoos. I have 2 tattoos. The first one I have is an evil eye on my wrist. I got this in May. I love evil eyes. You guys know this. I've loved evil eyes since I was young. Call it superstition, call it whatever you want, call it a load of shit, but for me, it's part of my culture. I'm Greek and evil eyes are a big part of my culture. I'm wearing an evil eye ring. I'm not wearing anything else evil eye right now, but I do have my tattoo, so I'm always protected. And then I also have a tattoo on my ankle, which I did a whole video about. I will link that video down below if you want to see my other tattoo on my ankle. I love this tattoo. I actually forget that I have this tattoo most of the time. And then like sometimes, especially in the summer, I'll look down and be like, oh my god, I have a tattoo. So if you want to see my other tattoo, link is in the down bar. I think tattoos can be really beautiful, and personally for me, both of my tattoos have immense meaning to me, so I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I like tattoos. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I find it so annoying when people are like condescending about tattoos or about certain brands. It's just like, focus on yourself and stop worrying about what other people decide to buy or decide to do. It's like so stupid. When you have kids and a family, do you plan on having family vacations in Greece like you did as a kid? I would love to. I would love to bring my kids to Greece one day. It is a big part of who I am. I am Greek, and when we were younger, I went to Greece almost every summer from when I was like 3 years old. And the reason why we did go so often is because it was really important to my parents for us to develop a relationship with my yaya and papu and my aunts and uncles, because my family is huge in Greece. I'm related to everyone. That's why I'm like, it's so good that I'm not interested in hooking up when I'm in Greece because I have a boyfriend, but I would probably end up hooking up with my cousin. Like everyone I'm related to, everyone knows who you are. I love the island. I love where my family is from. I still continue to go to Greece. I went this past summer with my boyfriend Mike, which was amazing. And it was just so special for me for Mike to be able to meet my yaya and papu, because they're just, oh, I'm getting emotional. It was just really special for me to have Mike meet my grandparents, and that was really special to me. I got to meet all my cousins and develop relationships with them and see where I was like when I was a kid. So I would definitely love to bring my kids when I am older to Greece so they can see like where their papu grew up, like my dad. So I think it'd be really special for me to bring my kids to see where their papu, like my dad, grew up, and hopefully meet my family. I hope that my grandparents are still, you know, alive when I do have kids and they're able to meet them. I was really young when I met my dad's yaya, but she was really old, but I was really young when I met her, but it's just special. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Do you think you will still be doing YouTube and working from home? Do you think you will still be doing coffee and couture and maybe opening up a store in Montreal? I hate those questions. I hate the questions like, where do you see yourself like in 10 years? Because so much has changed in my life just from 1 year. So God knows what's gonna happen in 10 years. 10 years, I'm gonna be 31, so hopefully I already have 2 kids by then. Hopefully I'm married. I do wanna have kids when I'm younger. If I had it my way, I'd wanna be, you know, 24 when I had my first child, but Mike's like, no, like 27. So hopefully we have like 1 or 2 kids by then, married. And in terms of, do I think I'll still be doing YouTube? I don't know. I don't see myself ever stopping YouTube. I've been on YouTube since 2008. I was 13 years old. So, I mean, next year I will have been on YouTube for 10 years. If you would have told me when I was 13 years old that I'd still be doing YouTube, I would have been like, you're crazy. Like, I'm not gonna be doing YouTube in 10 years. So I don't know if I'll still be doing YouTube in 10 years, but I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. And do I think I will still be doing coffee and couture and maybe opening up a store in Montreal? I don't see coffee and couture closing anytime soon, and also opening up a store. I don't know if we would ever open up a store. Maybe we'll do little pop-ups, which would be really fun. But the cost and the expenses of a brick and mortar store are so high, and people do online shop a ton. I don't know, like I'd love to open up a boutique one day, like maybe with Tony, like we'll open up a boutique. I don't know if it'll just be like coffee and couture jewelry, but we'd love to open up a boutique one day. Would you recommend Dr. Sino for a breast augmentation? If yes, what was it about him / his work that made your experience and your results so great? Okay, you guys, I get so many questions about my boob job still. I don't know how I'm still getting questions because I did so many videos that I'm like, there's no other questions that I could possibly answer. So I get like probably 5 emails a day asking me, oh, like about my boob job, or sending emails like, can you answer some questions about your boob job? And like, I don't want to be rude to these people, but I'm like, I have a whole playlist on YouTube. I don't understand how people can still have questions about my boob job. I know so many people on YouTube are like, she's really beating that dead horse. converse about her boob jobs, but like you would not believe the amount of questions I get about this boob job. So if you have any questions about my boob job, honestly just watch my videos because I cover everything, like cost, pain, revision, scars. I cover everything. I don't know, like I get emails like, can you answer these questions about your boob job? But I'm like, there's way more than enough videos, and people like are gonna kill me if I upload one more video. Do you find it easier to eat healthy now that you have your own condo rather than when living with your parents? Yeah. I think it's easier for me because with my mom, she would always go grocery shopping and she'd always come back with really good food, and there was always, you know, cereal in the cupboard, and there were always chips in the cupboard for like my dad and like Mike and everyone. So it is easier because I don't buy those things all the time. I mean, even last night I was like just scrounging my kitchen, like, and I have a pretty stocked kitchen and pretty stocked cabinets, but like I don't have junk food. So I was like looking through the cabinets, I wanted something salty and I didn't have anything. So yeah, it's definitely easier because food doesn't magically appear in cupboards anymore. How are you able to become so independent at such a young age? Whew. Okay, this is kind of gonna be maybe a controversial answer, but my YouTube haters really pushed me. As crazy as that sounds. You know, when I was younger, I was definitely more spoiled than the average child. I was. My dad worked very, very hard to build a life for us, and you know, I don't understand why people were so upset about that, because I don't think any parent, if they had the money, would just be like, no, you're gonna go without. And as I got older, the comments would really get to me. So like when I wanted to get a boob job, people were like, oh, daddy's gonna pay for those boobs. I was motivated by those comments, and I was like, no, it's gonna be all me. So even if they think my dad paid some of my boobs or anything, at least I knew that it was all me. Then the next big thing was what? My car or something, like how my parents got me a used BMW for my first car. And they were on that for a while saying, oh my gosh, she doesn't buy her own car, blah, blah, blah. So when my car, you know, like died, it was really important to me to go out and get my own car, which is a Volkswagen Jetta, which I love. So that was really important for me. So I took on those bills. And I also had my credit card bill. My parents never just went out and got me a credit card and said, okay, you can use this. No, I always pay my own credit card bills. I started paying my own phone bill last year. Like, I don't know if it was last year, but while I was living at home. And then their big thing was, oh, but you live at your parents, you're just like slumming off of your parents, like just going crazy. Like, I've talked about this so many times about how it's very common where I live for people to live with their parents. So I get so many of those comments, and it just like, it kind of fell into place. I was making a steady income with YouTube, and then we launched Coffee Couture, and I was making a steady income from that. So I was in a position where I was able to financially support myself. So when it came time when the house sold and my parents like moved into the condo, I was, you know, able to move into my own apartment. I know a lot of people think that things were just handed to me, but I mean, I don't get any help with this apartment. It's all me. I don't get any help with my car, my cell phone, my credit card. Honestly, I feel like having like a drive. I don't know if I got that from my dad. My dad had bars and restaurants, so he's always been his own boss too. He's always been like hustling and stuff. So I don't know if I got that from him. My parents are both very hard workers, but as I got older, I didn't want anyone to be able to say I got anything because of someone else. I wanted to be able to say that I did everything. It was kind of motivating for me, if that makes sense. I know it's kind of weird, but I take pride in myself. I take pride in my work, which is why it annoys me when people don't give me credit and say like, oh, like daddy bought you that. I'm like, no, I did. But you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. I can show these people my financial statements and they'd still be like, daddy gave you that money. I also have been getting a lot of questions about if I would ever do a Montreal meetup. And I would do a Montreal meetup, but I'm scared no one would come, so that's kind of what's holding me back. But I think it'd be really fun to do a meetup with Tony, Michelle, and I. So if you do live in Montreal and you would come to a meetup, let me know. I also don't know where we would have the meetup, so that's also something. But yeah, let me know if you guys would be interested in a meetup. I don't know where it would be, but if you are interested in one and you promised you would come, I would have a meetup. But it's kind of like scary. Like even when I had my meetup like a few years ago with Mel Soldera, I was so scared that no one would come, and it ended up being really fun. I think every YouTuber, even probably big YouTubers, fear that no one would come. I mean, we're just like these weirdos that film videos in like our bedrooms or, you know, so that's something that I don't know. That's something that kind of holds me back sometimes from doing meetups. Okay, so my camera is flashing. It's like a red light of doom, which means I have to cut this video short. I'm saying it's short, but really it's 26 minutes long. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you'd like me to do more Q&As in the future, maybe more topic focused Q&As. I think that'd be fun too. So be sure to follow me on Instagram if you want to ask me a question for my next Q&A, and let me know what topic you think I should ask questions about next. I actually really like that idea of having like topic focused geared Q&As. So like boys or love, moving out, stuff like that. I think that'd be really fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and go. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great day or night depending on when you watch this, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.